There's a land that I have heard about so far across the sea. There's a land that I have heard about so far across the sea. To have you on my dreamland would be like heaven to me. To have you on my dreamland would be like heaven to me.
Today is the start of the cleanup and restoration project for the Jewish cemetery here in Lucy. As I said, we've received permission from the Hanover Parish Council last year. Bentley Marks, my friend for 20 years, who's a major player in the Cousins Cove Providence Society, brought to my attention last year the fact that the cemetery was here. I didn't even realize it was here because it was so overgrown. Unless someone pointed it out to you, you wouldn't know that it existed. And so it was through his efforts and telling me about it that we wrote to the Hanover Parish Council, received permission from them to do the work, the cleanup, restoration, and maintenance and beautification parts of the plan. And now we're implementing it starting today. You know, Bentley has a crew here, you can see, of 8 or 10 men, and it should take us a week or so to complete the first phase of the project. The first phase is cleaning it up, taking all the debris away, and restoring the physical grounds to the point where people can walk in there and visit the cemetery. There will, depending on the donations that come in to the project, we will we'll have annual maintenance or maintenance on a regular basis, and a beautification project, flowers and possibly benches, etc. You know, so you know, it can be visited by tourists or anyone else, Jewish people here on the island, or anyone who wants to visit the historical site. The wall is down. It came down. I'm not exactly sure when, but we are going to put up a fence because the entrance to the cemetery is up on the road there, and there's a sign, Jewish burial ground, dated 1833, and so that will also all be cleared, and it'll be obvious to everyone that there's something happening behind the wall. I think really there's only, and I'm not 100% sure about this, but there is one active cemetery or a few active cemeteries in Kingston, but all the other cemeteries, or several of them, are closed. So there won't be any more burials taking place here, from what I understand. I would say it's going to cost anywhere between $1,500 and $2,500 US for the initial phase, and to you know, have monies left over for maintenance and beautification. Well, it would be great if the parish council took an active interest in it, directing people there, putting, you know, possibly including it in any brochures, you know, local or tourist brochures, you know, about Lucy and the historical significance of the Jewish cemetery.
Well, I haven't really know when they stopped using this cemetery. All I know it was been here and it's been overgrown and it's been closed for a long time. And I've known maintenance I've done on it before, you know, a couple of years ago. I can't recall the time, you know what I mean? But I know my friend here, Mr. Goldstein, he was a Jew and I know he was here. And I pointed out to him and tell my interest into it with the Providence Society that would like to restore it, and make it into attraction that, the development of Lucy and the rich heritage of Lucy, and to know let people know where Lucy is coming from. That is not only a town, what I mean, or it's not only a tree that hang over. It has a lot more to offer to the tourist industry now than ever before.
I think that the graves here, the most recent burial was still in around 1877. So the cemetery has been closed for a while. But Mr. Humphrey, excuse me, was telling me before, the Jews played a very prominent role in the evolution of Lucy as a town dating back to the 17th century or 18th century, 19th century, when the English were ruling and the Jews were merchants and they were played very significant roles in the development of Lucy.
All I know, when I know it was always overground, you know. Like my friend here, Mr. Goldstein, he been here, coming here since 25 years. And this is the first time last year that he knows that there was a Jewish cemetery there.
What I recorded of the Jews in Lucy is that Lucy was mainly Jews. So this cemetery was donated in 1833 to the Jewish community of Lucy. They, they stopped buried. It's to show you that the burial stopped in 1894. That they stopped burying people inside the cemetery, and that the church was there before the cemetery before the cemetery was donated. Because that church is dated back from 1725. I think it is a very bold move on the part of my friend there, because I think the parish council should already make step towards taking over back the Jewish cemetery mainly for tourist attraction, with the beautiful Fiesta Hotel, that's supposed to be the largest hotel in Jamaica, coming on stream later on this year. I think it's a very bold move. This is another site for tourist attraction. And I also hope that the parish council will move to develop the Fort Charlotte that is dated back from 1761. So Lucy have a lot of history. We can boast of the first Prime Minister of Jamaica, Sir Alexander Bustamante, and we can also boast about the Fort Charlotte. We can boast about the Rossies that was donated by one French refugee, Mr. Martin Rossies, from 1777. And that school was donated because of the kindness of the people to Mr. Rossies, Mr. Martin Rossies, when he washed ashore in Lucy. He's a Jewish man.
Well, I would just hope that they would find it interesting, an improvement to their town. It's a historical site, and I would hope that they would tell their children about it, maybe learn about it themselves, and visit the cemetery because it is a historical site, and because it is now going to be clean and able to be visited. I feel very fortunate to be part of this project, and I live in Woodstock, New York, and I would just like to say that there is a volunteer effort going on for donations that's happening in Woodstock, New York, in my hometown, in Westport, Connecticut, and in Detroit, Michigan, where there are Jewish communities who have lots of people who have come to Jamaica in the last years and who love Jamaica and who hopefully want to contribute and money to help make this project as successful as we can. In addition to the people in Woodstock and Detroit, Michigan, and Westport, Connecticut, Woodstock, New York, that are contributing, I wanted to give a special thanks to Ricardo Bowleg, the general manager at Swept Away Resorts, and his assistant Diane Palmer. They were both very helpful in my being able to meet the press and get them to cover the event, and they were also very helpful in the use of their copying equipment, so I could have pamphlets and brochures ready for the press, informative brochures about the history of the cemetery. So a special thanks to them at Couple Swept Away.
First of all, I'm happy for the recognition that has been brought to this project by Mr. Goldstein from New York, who represents Jewish interests here in Jamaica, and particularly the restoration of this cemetery. We hope it will be an added attraction to the list of attractions that we have here in Lucea. And certainly once it is up and running as an attraction, we hope to bring visitors to this attraction, especially those who are involved in religious tourism.